Hello and welcome to Erin on the Side of Caution. As a small business owner, today's video is something I'm extremely passionate about, and that is how MLM companies mislead people by telling them that they're entrepreneurs. But before we get into it, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. One of the main ways MLM companies encourage others to join is by enticing their audiences with phrases like, "We make it so easy to start your own business," or "I bet you never thought you could start your own business for only $199. They make it clear to potential distributors that if you join, you are a small business owner. And this sounds great, right? Starting your own business under the supervision of more experienced business owners with all necessary resources given to you for only a few $100s, often with promises to make it back 10, 20, 30-fold or more. Well, it's not that simple. If you join an MLM, you're technically classified as an independent contractor. You can set up an LLC under your name, but by selling the company's product or recruiting others to join your team or downline, it's still not your business. Also, as an independent contractor, you cannot take out SBA loans from the Small Business Association in your name. Why? Well, because the Small Business Association doesn't consider MLMs small businesses. And that right there should tell you a lot. In an MLM, you have no control over the business model, the manufacturing or sourcing of the products, or controlling the overall inventory. I was doing some research on this topic and found an excellent opinion article by an actual small business owner, which I'll link in the description below. Concerning those in an MLM preaching that they're small business owners, to quote the author of the article, "The company you are representing is neither small nor local. You are maybe making extra money for your family, doubtful since 99% don't make a profit, and I have no issue with that. However, MLM companies made a staggering $36 billion and employed over 20 million people in 2015, according to the Direct Selling Association. There is nothing small about those numbers." Now let's talk about control. Most profits made in an MLM come not from selling the products, but by recruiting others to join your team. These recruits are doing and selling the exact same thing as you, likely in the same area, and by doing so, saturating the market and creating your own competition. I touched on this earlier, but as the owner of a legitimate business, you would have control over the product and overall marketing and design decisions of the products themselves. You'd have control over the research that goes into everything related to making and selling the products. You'd have control over large-scale distribution and pricing, as well as other finances and expenses. As a business owner, you'd also be able to shift pricing and sales, depending on the competition in the market, among many other factors. MLM distributors cannot do any of this. I don't know about you, but watching these MLM boss babes post on Facebook about how buying their products support small businesses makes me so angry. And what makes me even madder is when people selling MLM products set up tables at local fairs and events. Have you ever been walking through a local farmer's market or fair or community sale and seen booths for things like Scentsy or LuLaRoe or paparazzi jewelry? I see it all the time, and it's not fair to genuine local businesses who could use that space to sell handmade crafts, clothing, or goods. Actually, I'm curious to know if this only happens in my area or if it's more widespread. So let me know in the comments if you have MLM sellers setting up tables at your local events and how you feel about it. Another thing I've seen is many of these MLM distributors speaking about all the expenses you can write off on your taxes as a small business owner. Now, as an independent contractor, there are many business-related expenses that you are able to write off. Do you have a phone or technology only used for work? You can write that off. Buy office supplies or a desk for the sole purpose of using it for work? You can write that off. But rent and mortgage? Nope. To quote some real-life CPAs, the biggest rule is that in order to deduct a portion of your housing expenses, you must have a room that is exclusively used for your business. You can keep inventory and record your Facebook Live videos in there, but if your children decide to use that space to do homework, or if you're trying to claim the family living room as an office, it doesn't qualify for the deduction. Similarly, even though you might be using your phone for business, you can only deduct a portion of its price or phone bill depending on how many hours you use your phone for just business. The rules overall are pretty strict, and the distributors advertising on social media about how all of these personal expenses can be written off is not entirely false, but very, very misleading, and actually kind of false. Okay, I know that taxes are a little boring, but a massive part of being an independent contractor lies in how you'll do your taxes at the end of the fiscal year. As an independent contractor, your revenue will be reported on a 1099 form, meaning that in addition to income tax, self-employment tax can hit you at the end of the year too. MLM distributors get so caught up in the idea of having their own business and so obsessed with adding people to their team that they forget something essential. They're not on the company's payroll. When you receive a payroll check or direct deposit as an employee, the company's HR department takes care of various deductions and state and federal taxes. As an independent MLM seller, you're not paying those built-in taxes that are part of every pay period. But that doesn't mean you don't still owe that money, and it has to come out somewhere. And that happens when you go to file your taxes. I'm sure you can imagine the sticker shock that happens to a lot of these people when they find out that they're about to pay a year's worth of income tax all at once. Multi-level marketing recruiters luring people in with claims that they're starting a small business that they will solely own is manipulative and exploitative, mainly because MLM's target market is those who usually need to just make a bit more money. Recruiters often sell this concept, a glamorized one, that includes spending a few $100s to own your own business and reap the benefits if you just work hard. It's selling a facade and encouraging others to join something completely different from what they're marketing and representing. It's false advertising to an extreme. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this information illustrates one of the biggest empty promises of the multi-level marketing industry. Don't forget to like and share this video, and thanks for joining me on the side of caution.